I guess in doctor terms it was a normal pregnancy, but it never was in my world. Everything was hard. But when I was 38 weeks pregnant, he arrived. I had a caesarean, which I'd had to have with Jamie as well. My body's not really cut out for childbirth. I guess that night it was just mothering as usual, trying to get the feeding going and enjoying my beautiful baby. The next day, Richard came in to visit us again and see how we were. Not long after he'd arrived, a doctor came into the room with about 5 interns, which literally filled the room. I thought this was just a routine inspection and thought little of it. He flipped Ryan over and back again, and it was a pretty quick inspection. And then he said, one of the nurses has noticed some unusual features with your baby. We're going to test for Down syndrome. And at that moment, the blood drained from my body and I literally turned to stone. I couldn't hear or feel anything. I couldn't relate to Richard. The shock, there was no relationship established. There was nothing. It was just this abrupt statement which completely changed our world. And it was a good 24 hours, I guess, before I resurfaced. We had absolutely no concept of all that there was anything wrong with Ryan before this doctor came in. So we went from basically this perfect family, Jamie with our new little baby and life continuing on as our plan, to feeling like our world had been completely shattered. Nothing was ever going to be the same again. There was no positive reinforcement after the diagnosis, nothing. He said something like, we'll let you digest the information and come back to answer any questions later. And they sort of, I guess, looked at us all and Richard, and we dumbfounded sort of stumbled our way forward. I couldn't, Richard was asking me questions, I couldn't answer anything. I was completely locked in my own world. Basically 10 minutes before, we had this perfect, beautiful family, 2 gorgeous boys, and then in the space of minutes this doctor and interns had come in and we'd gone from perfection to a freak show. And I will never ever forgive them for stealing those precious newborn moments from me, because you never get those back. And what was supposed to be this wonderful moment for our family was taken away.